Hey there ARK players, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today we are going to be going through the brand new update that did just go live for ARK Survival Ascended, and of course it's for all platforms, and one of the creatures from Genesis Ascended Part 1 has just received a pretty huge buff in terms of damage, so we're going to be reading through that and going through all of the recent patches too. Now, we're coming up to a very content-packed month for ARK Survival Ascended in terms of it being August, because there's going to be the Astraeus Mega Update. We're going to be getting our first look at the Galleons, which are going to be the biggest ship ever, which I'm excited for. I'm also always as scared as I always am when it's an ARK patch, because we don't know what's going to break and what's actually going to work, so we will see what happens there. But anyway, we're going to get in with the update now. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe, and let's get into it right now. Okay, so we are going to be going through one of the patches we didn't cover, which came out a couple of days ago, and then we will go through the new patch that went live literally just like a couple of hours ago, really. So minor versions, this was version 9.2.23. So fix an issue where Pteranodon attack sound effect would occasionally output to a single channel. Fix an issue where the paint preview window would paint regions while zooming with a controller. Fixed an issue where skin emote audio with the HLNA voice lines would play simultaneously. Fixed an issue with Genesis Part 1 Dodo Ball mission timer ending 25 seconds too early. Fixed an issue with the giant turtle being unable to breed in Genesis Part 1's ocean biome. Fixed an issue where you would lose hexagons if your market items sold while you were offline. Fix Bloodstalker desync on client after relog. Motorboat is no longer craftable in player inventory. Fix an issue where the ship's steering wheel would fail to place properly if adjusted while the ship is in motion. Fixed an issue where bounty board contracts could be turned in without the contract in your inventory. Fixed an issue where foundations placed on the front of the skiff were unable to be picked up. Oasis or dossier icon no longer shows Desert Titan. Gas bag, rider and passenger seats are now in correct positions. And some stuff for non-dedicated server fixes. Non-host players will now be unable to respawn if the host is in a mission. Non-host players are now able to use Market UI. Fixed players not being able to teleport into the final test boss arena. Fixed market items part of the sale not showing as listed after the player reconnects. And fixed an exploit. Okay, and as you can see, we had version 9.2.25, minor version for servers and clients. Fixed being unable to anchor rafts on any maps except Genesis 1 on servers. Fixed the multi-use option to lower/raise the anchor not appearing correctly on servers. And then we had the patch that came out a couple of hours ago, which again has the balance update apparently, which is a bit of a buff. So version 9.2.28 and increased the Palaeoctopus base tentacle swipe and slam damage by approximately 70%. A 70% damage increase for its tentacle swipe and slam damage. This is a ginormous number, and the Palaeoctopus is now going to do significantly more damage with its tentacles. Fix conflicting gamepad inputs while using ships. Fix an issue where using the hotbar with a gamepad could dismount the player. Fix allied creatures not teleporting into the final test boss arena on Genesis. Fix an issue where players could die into the world ceiling while taming the Umbra and the Lumina. Fix the Aureliacs floating inside the display case mesh. Fix an issue with the Bloodstalker's spider vision. Fixed Bloodstalker camera issues when feared. Improved the Bloodstalker movement and jumping at low server FPS. Fixed the Burrowbuck floating above its saddle. Fixed parrots remaining suspended in the air after reloading a save. Fixed an exploit involving the Bloodstalker. Fixed the Astracetus taming effectiveness not being too low to complete its milestone. Fixed cloned baby giant turtles not inheriting mutable gene traits. Fixed an issue where picking up a structure also picks up the ocean platform connected to it. Fix the Palaeoctopus being targeted by other wild ocean creatures, and they also fix an exploit. So in terms of another update that is meant to be launching, Survival of the Fittest has got 2 days now until its new launch window has run out. I'm wondering if we're going to hear anything on this on Friday's crunch, Friday the 31st of July, because if we go all the way back to January 10th, where they gave us the Future is Bright Community Crunch 490, we were told that Survival of the Fittest is planned, is a vision for the new free mod with an ASA, refreshed and improved with better mechanics, competitive matchmaking systems, and meta game reward loops being developed by the Studio Sirens team. Back then, it was meant to come between January and April, and that's obviously not been the case. Well, I think it was January and March, because Q1 2026. And then, I mean, if we actually look at the way things have changed over time over here, I mean, to be fair, everything they put here is still kind of the same apart from Survival of the Fittest. But if we actually go to home and scroll down to one of these crunches, I'm just trying to remember which one it is. Yes, I think it's this one. After the Palaeoctopus reveal, they said that the Unreal Engine stuff, and they said Survival of the Fittest, a free mod for ARK Survival Ascended developed by Studio Sirens continues to take shape. The team has adjusted their internal timeline to ensure the next milestone lands correctly, and they're currently targeting July for the update. This was posted back May 2nd, so yeah, it's been nearly 3 months, right? June, July, August. Yeah, literally nearly 3 months since this post. And it's nearly the end of July, and we haven't heard anything on Survival of the Fittest. So it's not really it's another kind of not good look again for the Studio Sirens team. I mean, I'm still going to obviously back them with this because I want to, you know, because eventually this is going to release at some point. And if they do a good job with it, I want to support this, and you know, and because I love Survival of the Fittest, it's one of my favorite things. I know it's not that popular within the game. I'm still gutted that they haven't been able to like go off and make like kind of like a separate download for it on Steam, because I just don't see it being very popular. I really don't, inside of ARK Survival of the Ascended. But yeah, just gutted that, you know, all these dates end up getting mixed, and I do sit here a little concerned over the timeline, because as I mentioned, you got Astrea's final update coming in August. You've got the Galleon update. You've got some other bits coming out. You've got the Concavenator launching in August, and then September is when they're the plan to release the Unreal Engine 5.7 upgrade and World Creator. October, we normally do the Fear Ascended stuff, and then around this time as well in September, some fantastic tames are launching. We've got TLC updates that we're waiting on as well. And then November is Extra Life. And then December is meant to be the launch of Dragantopia. So it's a very, very tight launch schedule happening right now for the game. And I'm just hoping that they can pull something off right now. And I really can't wait to see Survival of the Fittest. I hope it's going to be as good as it has potential to be. In terms of our little daily, well, I was about to say daily, like kind of monthly catch up of the Steam charts, it's doing okay, ARK. If we go back to a month ago, and we go to the launch, obviously the first Saturday, the launch for the game, 47,000 players, and then it hit its highest peak, if I'm correct, was, yeah, here, 49,906 for Genesis 1 on Sunday the 12th, because they had a whole bunch of issues over the weekend. And then as time went on, as you can see, it's kind of held its player base very well. Sunday had a slight drop, but still had 43,000, and then it's dropped a little bit. And yeah, that is the kind of the shame with Genesis. I don't think it's really managed to... I mean, I'm still enjoying it. I think the ocean biome is actually very beautiful, but I don't think it's been as successful as I would have hoped it to be personally. I still think it's a great map, and I'm really enjoying you guys having fun over there. I just think due to its kind of like issues, how long it took for them to bring up the servers, it kind of killed the hype there. But next week, we're releasing Bjornheim, which is the brand new free map created by NITRADO, which will be launching Monday, the 3rd of August. So I'm really excited to launch that over on the cluster. And also, we have got the Astraeus Mega Update, and to be honest, the way I think of things right now is NITRADO is carrying, because the last Astraeus Mega Update did really well. Let's quickly check that. If we go 3 months, 6 months, I think, yeah, this was Astraeus Mega Update, right? 49,000 players. Was that, yeah, March 2026, right? They did the same, if not better. Or was it the same, or was it just 906? Did they do better here? 43,000, no, they did 100 players less than the Genesis launch. Like, the Genesis launch should have been much bigger than that. But anyway, that's enough rambling from me going on. I look forward to all the future stuff coming up. Let me know what you think about the new patch. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.